This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
And part of that entertainment is the sports world, of course. And it looks like the NFL union is saying, listen, the players union at least, they're saying, listen, we're done with having cameras in the locker room. Because they've had a couple instances where you can imagine.
So towel drops and...
Yeah, towel drop, yeah. So really naked players in the background because they had cameras in the locker room. They've been trying to do this for actually the past 3 years, really pushing the effort to do it, the players union. Right now, the NFL requires that players always be available 45 minutes after practice. So after that, then they can ask them, getting ready. And it's all part of just making sure that the players, first off, can get the fans excited about that sort of thing. Well, as you can imagine, they're saying, well, listen, the locker room should be the sanctuary. Let us have our time in here.
Sure.
And it's our private time as well. And after they caught like a couple players just this past year on camera in the background, butt naked, So
it's a locker room.
Let's check in now with Matt Doolittle. He's in the locker room right now with the latest here. Matt, do you have your clothes on?
And you'll notice I'm fully clothed because I'm not an NFL player.
I was, so worried.
Matt's a never nude.
No, he's a never nude.
No.
He has shorts
I do the
underneath
towel
it.
and the shorts thing at the gym. I'm not that guy.
I think, you think about the locker room interviews too. I mean, you get I guess they get the rawness of it, no pun intended. But I know the last controversy about this was having women in the men's locker room, and they're like, hey, look, if you're going to see it.
There were players that would do that on purpose, though.
That's what
They would purposely, oops, my towel fell, like right in front of them. That happened all the time.
It's one of those spaces, it's kind of a sacred space for those players, and I think it should stay that way.
I
get the excitement of being in the locker room because it's a place you don't often see, but at the same time, it's like, really?
We should check the WNBA. I wonder if there's totally different rules on that, if you think about that.
Yes.
So maybe they should follow that. If it can be done in WNBA, it can be done in the NFL.
That's a good point.
Right.
University professors are expressing some concerns about students who come to college unable to read a book. Teachers from elite schools like Columbia, Georgetown, Stanford claim many of their students are overwhelmed by the idea of reading an entire book. Professors say only a handful of their students seem up to the task and call them the exception rather than the rule. 300 teachers revealed in a survey that full books are no longer part of their curriculum for students in 3rd to 8th grade. The problem seems to be in the public school system, not the private schools. As a result, many colleges are scaling back their reading assignments because they're finding it difficult for these students to deal with the challenge.
I think you had mentioned this when we were discussing it about it's just concentration. And it's sitting down. I mean, you look at a book and, I think maybe they're thinking, well, I'm going to have to read this entire thing. It's too much. Why can't I can go online and just get a synopsis of it or an understanding of it? And we're also in an immediacy world where we get our results as quick. And I think we're growing up more and more as such. And books, obviously, there's a comparison. Those that read have a better, they can speak better. They can actually communicate much easier. And that's also has to do something with the imagination.
Yeah, I think there's a certain concentration and a certain discipline to actually being able to sit down and read a book. I mean, I think it's true. Some people, it's just not their thing, which I get. But, I think for the majority of the Gen Zers that are coming up into college, it's not a matter of them not liking it or unable to do it. They just don't want to do it.
I tend to agree with you on that, and I tend to be exactly like that. I'm an audiobook guy, and I don't go tell everybody, I don't say, well, I was reading this book. I say, hey, I was listening to this book.
Yeah.
I think you have to say that.
You could take a whole book now, throw it in Chat GPT and say, hey, summarize this for me in 2 paragraphs. And it'll get close enough for you to know what to say to the teacher.
And it's sometimes where you need to see the trees because of the forest, outside of the other way around. It's those details that you can pick up, and it also will trigger other things that happen in your mind, how people react to that sort of thing. And if you're getting a broad overview, you miss that.
Exactly, because I think when you're reading a book or even listening to one, it allows your imagination to kind of create the story for you. If you're just getting the Cliff Notes version, you're bypassing all of that, mind creativity time.
The reading's hard.
All right, we got today's trends, tomorrow's talk, and a whole lot of fun right here on Daily Flash.